Hey everyone, Ismail Kolia, Ish your Realtor, Associate Broker with eXp Realty, and the Education Director of National Association of Hispanic Real Estate Professionals, the Bronx chapter. All right, I wanted to take some time today to talk to my buyers and sellers, but also landlords and tenants about some of the disclosures that your real estate agent should be addressing at the first substantive meeting. New York State legislation requires any real estate agent working with any client when they have a first real meeting to discuss these two documents, and they're called so this is my buyer folder, seller folder, and these documents are always part of my folders. So the first disclosure is called an agency disclosure. You, the client, should know what role I am going to be playing. Whose agent am I going to be? All right, so this is for your benefit. This is for your clarification. If an agent does not disclose to you whose agent they are, you may be in doubt. You may not be sure. Are they representing you? Do they have your best interest in mind? Are they fighting for your best interest? Are they negotiating for your best interest? A lot of unknowns, a lot of questions. That's why New York State requires every real estate agent in New York to present to every buyer, seller, landlord, and client and tenant at the first substantive meeting. That means a first real meeting. A real meeting is anything besides just a walk through an open house. If you just walk through an open house, you don't really talk to an agent, that's not a real meeting. But anytime, or if you stop at the open house and start discussing prices and taxes and offers and so forth, that's a first real meeting. If you meet with a real estate agent in their office, that's a first real meeting. If you have a prolonged conversation about offers and price and so forth over the phone, that can also be a first substantive meeting, and therefore this disclosure would need to be addressed, discussed, and then signed. The buyer, the seller, the tenant, the landlord should know who is this agent and who are they representing. Are they representing my best interest, or are they representing the other party, or are they representing both? New York State says that a real estate agent can represent the seller and the buyer as long as everyone is aware of it and everyone has signed that document. The next disclosure that I wanted to talk to you about is the New York State Fair Housing and Anti-Discrimination Disclosure. This is fairly new. This went into effect May of 2020, so just a few months ago. But nonetheless, all real estate agents should be presenting this disclosure and discussing it and signing it with their client at the first substantive meeting. New York State prevents discrimination in real estate and in housing on the basis of race, creed, color, national origin, sexual orientation, gender identity or expression, military status, sex, your age, your disability, your marital status, your lawful source of income, or familial status. That means sellers can't ask questions about these categories because that can lead to discrimination. Buyers can't also ask questions about the seller situation related to these categories or the neighborhood situation related to these categories and so forth. In real estate, we like to say that the only color on which basis we are allowed to discriminate, or you are allowed to discriminate, is green. Can this person afford this property? Yes or no? If they can afford the property, they're able to buy the property, and they should be able to and allowed to buy that property regardless of what they look like, how they worship or not worship, and what they do behind their doors. All right, so it is not fair and it is not allowed or legal for the seller to ask if these buyers are married or they're not married. Hey, do they have kids? Are the kids old or young? What country are they from? Are they legal here? Or do they have a green card here? What kind of job does he do? as long as this person is able to buy and they can prove it through a pre-approval from a mortgage company or proof of funds with a bank statement, this person should be allowed to see the property and should be allowed to buy the property, regardless of everything else. Okay, so just keep this in mind, because this can lead to potential serious issues of discrimination and fair housing violations. It could lead to lawsuits as well. Your agent should be doing a thorough job in explaining these disclosures to you and having you understand them and sign them at the first substantive meeting. If you'd like to get a copy of these disclosures or any other real estate related documents, reach out to me at 914-215-1540, 914-215-1540. We all need to live with each other, and we all need to steer clear and steer away from discrimination in housing. I thank you so much for your time and doing your part in preventing discrimination and promoting fair housing. Thank you so much, and I look forward to talking to you next time. Bye-bye.